Radio Unplugged. This is going to be the first one in 2 years.
Wow.
First one in 2 years.
It makes sense. I feel like the last 2 years, what was it, 2023, after City of Culture, it makes sense. I did an interview this morning about City of Culture, giving feedback on like the social movement and stuff. So I feel like I'm still in post City of Culture,
Yeah.
even though it's been 2 years.
Well, I came here when it was like just after the City of Culture.
Yeah.
So I still had all of that, like, as I came in, it was like, oh, it's just been the City of Culture.
Yeah.
It's such a big thing still.
It's true.
Yeah. But we're gonna do Jude proud. Jude used to be the manager. You met Jude, didn't you?
I did. I actually did some social media work with him in October at the Black Talent Awards.
Great. Yeah, he's great.
He is.
Yeah. And then we met at the same time, Godiva Festival.
Yeah, I remember.
It was a good couple of days. Did you go both days?
I went all 3 days, actually.
Oh, I only went 2 days.
I performed on Saturday, I hosted on Sunday, and Friday I was just enjoying.
Yeah, that's fair. That's what, I think we did that on the second day. We just enjoyed. We were
Yeah.
a bit worn out from interviewing everyone and
I can
producing everything.
imagine. It's true.
So I want to get straight on with the interview because you're a very interesting person.
A little bit.
And you're very inspirational, aren't you?
Thank you.
I see a lot of your stuff on social media about being positive, and it makes me smile every time I come across it.
You know, I really appreciate you saying that. I do it for everyone, of course, but mainly for myself. I have to be very positive in my life.
It's good that you are, because that positivity makes others positive. It's always nice when you know that someone is a little bit happier because of something you do.
Yeah, it's actually the impact. Today, I said I wanted to make someone's day, and I went live on TikTok, and this guy joined my live, and he's like, "You look so beautiful, you just made my day." I was like, "You're welcome."
Because you just made mine too.
Yeah.
So I want to go into your influences and musical background.
Yeah.
Who's your biggest influence?
It's really strange. You wouldn't even know who these people are. But one of my biggest influences is a guy called 19 Keys. He's a Black American guy, and he comes from the same kind of background that I grew up in. Used to be in jail, that sort of stuff. But now he's a motivational speaker, and he helps people to build their business, and he does a lot for our community. And a lot of people, when they get to a space of success, that part just it's not anything to them anymore. But him, that's his main focus, and so that's my biggest influence.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And what about your musical background? When did you start?
So, in the womb. Music runs through my ancestry. So my great grandparents and stuff used to play in our villages and things like that. But for me, I was dancing before I could walk. I was singing songs, making up my own, just funny things like that. And dancing was a huge part of like me going into music. I was always confident enough to dance, but when it came to doing music, I was so shy. But I felt like I had something to say, and I didn't get the confidence to do music until the Powerhouse launch, when someone came up to me and she said, "Thank you." And I was like, "Why are you thanking me?" And she was like, "The words that you just spoke, like that was very impactful." And that's what made me realize the power of music and what made me actually want to do it.
I was going to say, I remember your music from Godiva. It was very, very powerful.
Thank you.
I remember every single word hooked. Every single word. But you're also an entrepreneur. You're not only a musician. Tell us more.
So I do business and marketing strategy for other people, but then within my own company, obviously I do it for my music. That's my second brand. My first brand is my waist beads and my confidence work that I do with women. And then the third one is more like, I don't know what to call it. Right now I'm just calling it like soft education. So teaching people how to start their own businesses, how to monetize being a content creator and create opportunities for yourself that way.
That sounds great. I mean, I've seen a lot about your waist beads on TikTok.
Yeah.
Every single day I'm like, oh, there's Ebony. She's still going.
Yes, I'm not going to stop either.
Good.
So, yeah.
Good. So You mentioned that you're recording quite a few of your songs at the moment. What's going on with
So
these?
we have a single called What Did You Do, which is a love song. It was going to come out next Friday, but that is going to be pending. And then I have an EP, and it's called Lower Places, Higher Purpose. And it's how I can describe to you my childhood. And I love everything I grew up in, all the people, everything. But now that I'm older and I'm getting into new spaces and meeting new people, I realize how, we call it low vibrational. These words have been like just used anyhow over time. But all I mean by that is that people tend to make the like, not the lesser decision, but it's the decision that leads to, I guess, a more negative outcome. And that's what I grew up around. But I had to make that my purpose because it impacted me. It had many, many impacts on my life, whether it was people's personal choices having an impact on me as their child, their nephew, niece, or whether it was like directly what they're doing to me is impacting me. It was how I was gonna make that empower me and not break me. And that's what Lower Places, Higher Purpose is.
I am excited to hear it.
Thank you.
So when's it coming out, did you say? Roughly.
End of April.
End of April.
Yeah.
I will.
It's a springtime.
We'll make sure it gets on here somewhere. It's going to be on this radio.
It will, 100%. We got songs like I Deserve It, which is like an affirmation song. Every time I perform it, everyone just feels so much more grateful for what they want for themselves. Because it's like, oh yeah, I do deserve this. I'm the one who said I wanted it. We have Black Girl Speaking, which is like my excuse me, look over here song. It's like a rap presidential speech to me. And we have True Living, featuring an artist called Eights, which is about just living in my truth and being unapologetic that way.
Yeah. And tell us a bit about your music making process.
Yes, so it's actually so weird. It's different every single time. With True Living, I actually wrote that song in Coventry, and I was on a run along the canal, and I started writing it to a different beat completely, and it was a different song. And I went on this run, and I was just thinking about like always having to over explain myself to people, or like having to, it's like things that I naturally learned to do. I know what stereotypes there are about people who look like me, who talk like me, so I overcompensate for that. And so that song came out of, I don't want to overcompensate. I just want to be. Yeah. And if you have a question, ask, but you don't need to judge. And I don't have to feel like subject to who you think I am. That doesn't mean anything about who I actually am.
Yeah. And what about experiences as a musician? What do you think? That's a number one experience, top experience.
I would say it was because, oh, what's my number one experience? Like in the creative process or just in music?
In music.
Ooh, that's
question.
hard.
Big question.
That is so hard. I wouldn't say it's just one experience. I would say performing is my favorite part of like doing music, because that's where I get to like make people feel and I experience what they're feeling at that same time. I did a show recently in London, and someone came up to me after and she was like, when you were singing, everything was relaxed. Everything I was stressing about, it was just gone. Like, and I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do for people.
Would you be up for a game?
Yeah, of course.
Quick fire questions.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Let's see how good I am at this.
Okay.
I used to stutter.
It's alright. It's alright. There's no judgment. Favorite venue you've ever played?
Ooh. Oh, no. This is hard. The Camden in London.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Dream collab.
Dream collaboration. Tiwa Savage from Nigeria.
Okay.
Or Thames. Yeah.
Or who?
Thames.
Okay. Favorite lyric that you've wrote?
That I've written.
Or your favorite song, you can pick.
Ooh.
What one speaks to you the most?
Can I choose two?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've already picked two
So,
for the last one.
The first one is, I think it was just lyrically cool the way I did it. So my parents were born in 1982 and 1980, and I was born in 1999. So I say, they were only babies having babies, born in the 90s. They were born in the 80s. And that just, it was such a cool spin-off. There's so much stigma around teen pregnancies and all of that stuff, and I grew up like around that and people saying this and that about my parents, and it's like I had to make it something cool for me, so that's why I love that lyric.
I get that.
Yeah. And then the other one would have to be can't let slide, I'm wearing this ego of mine, I got African pride, start me, I get rolled up inside. That one. That's like just who I am. Yeah.
I liked it. What song would you listen to if you could repeat for a week? Song or album? I'll let you have album as well.
Ooh. So for song, Beautifully Crushed Petals by Young Athena. Now she's a new artist, she's just up and coming, but that song she wrote it when she was 11, and it's basically about like us being beautifully crushed petals when we speak and our words, and when people try to disempower us, and it was so beautiful. I only heard it like a week ago, but it's been on repeat anyway, and
We'll have to give it a listen.
Yeah. An album, Kanye West, I think it's Graduation, the purple one. Yeah. Kanye West Graduation. That's been on repeat since I was like 10. So yeah.
I know we did ask this earlier, but this can be anyone. Biggest inspiration, your motivation.
Just in general.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I need a second to think about this one. Without sounding like so egotistical, my biggest inspiration is actually myself, and it's because I know how much I've been through, from like family stuff to friend stuff to relationships to school and education. I found a message it was a part of my UCAS application, a part of my reference. One of my teachers was putting in how I was facing a lot of adversity at home, and she didn't know if I was gonna go to uni. I didn't either. I didn't finish college, but I still did it. And everything that I'm doing, I'm still doing. I don't know how, but I'm still doing. And so being able to see like my own determination and the things that I know I've powered through has been the most inspiring thing for me, I'll be honest.
Yeah, well, you are quite inspiring.
Thank you.
Especially, again, I know I've said this multiple times now, but your lyrics really speak to people that listen to them. Like, they spoke to me when I heard them.
I'm glad. Music can be so much fun, and I've definitely like done freestyles where I'm like, oh, this is cool, this sounds jazzy, but it's always like the power to transform anything, what someone's feeling, especially when it comes to depression, despair, not feeling hopeful. I've been in that space so many times and used music to get out of there, and so that's how I see it.
Yeah. And this is the final quickfire question. They've not been very quick, have they?
No, that's what I said. I would do my best.
Your favourite musician to listen to at the moment?
Young Athena. I swear,
Athena?
she's who I've been blasting off.
Oh, actually, I do have one more question.
Yeah.
What is your most embarrassing on stage moment?
Ooh. So it's actually the whole reason why I stopped performing. When I was 15, so I used to perform all the time, from childhood to I was 15, and that particular event, it was like a school show, and I was performing, and these kids, I'd just started growing into my body and stuff like year 9, so this was year 10, and the kids who bullied me was all laughing and stuff, and I just started crying, and I just walked off, and I never got on stage again until 9 years later at the Powerhouse launch. So I'd say that was the most embarrassing. No, actually, I lied. I banged my mouth. I banged my tooth with the mic. Yeah. Because I get nervous.
That happens a lot. I've done it.
Yeah.
I did it like the other day.
Literally.
Yeah, in the middle of my course, we were practicing, and then
Yeah.
right into my mouth.
I don't know what I was saying. I was like, oh, like I was trying to get the crowd excited, and I just went boof, and I was like, oh, okay, let's calm down a little bit.
You got a bit excited. It's okay.
Yeah.
Happens to all of us.
I know.
And I really appreciated what you said about your parents and growing up a bit differently with your parents.
Yeah.
Mine was also a bit different. My parents split when I was younger. Yeah. I know. I'm sorry. And it was weird because my mum eventually got with my stepdad, and my stepdad is quite older. He's 20 years older. So we always got the stares, and we got the looks and the comments, and growing up with that adversity against me already, even though in other ways I've got it off easy. But
it's true though.
Yeah.
I don't know who created this, like, what a family is supposed to be narrative, but it's almost like all of us who didn't experience that have this shame that we're not normal. And it's like, what is normal?
Exactly. There should be no normal.
That's the point.
Now, do you want to play another game?
Of course.
We're going to play a song association game.
Yes, I'm done. Yeah.
I'm going to say a word, and you're going to have to give me a word. Give me a song that associates with that word.
I can do that.
Or a lyric.
I got this.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, we'll go easy enough. Love.
There's so many things I gotta tell you. That's Love by Music Soul Child.
Brilliant. That was more than I was expecting as well, so thank you. That was blessing to our ears. We'll go with Blessing.
Blessing.
Yeah.
Ooh. I got I got news for rejoicing, and a new sun is rising, so I count my blessings. It's Damian Marley and Nas, Count Your Blessings.
This music to my ears. Every word is lyrical. Thank you. We are gonna do stairs. Stairs.
Ooh.
We're getting tricky.
That is tricky. Stairs. She doesn't say stairs into the left to the left, no. Stairs. No, I don't have a song.
Do you have one?
A song that says stairs.
We can do a different one.
Yes, please.
Okay, heart.
Heart. Heart. Oh, I know what song that is. What song is that? 'Cause I got this icebox where my heart used to be. Icebox by Omarion, I think.
I will take your word for it. Light. Just because it's my last name.
Yeah. So I know a song that says light. Let's not be silly here. I do. I just don't have enough time to find one. Light. Flashing lights. That's the only thing I can think of, yeah.
Hey, it's something. It's something, isn't it? Josh, do you have a word?
I'm still thinking
Magic.
about stairs. Magic. 24 karat magic. Yeah, 24
Great
karat.
Great song. I've not heard that one in years, to be honest.
I listen to that song frequently.
I've just listened to his new song with I've forgotten her name, and I feel
Lady Gaga?
No, is it Lisa?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard it.
It's.
I don't know why I guessed Lady Gaga as well.
Apata. Or APT. It's the Rose. Yeah, Rose. Really good song. I actually really like it.
I'm gonna listen to it.
Okay. We'll leave the game where it is.
Okay.
We'll leave the game where it is. You don't have to come up the stairs. It's all right.
You know, I have a song called Stairway.
Okay.
But that's the only thing that came to my head.
Why didn't you say it?
I know. Because it's, everybody wanna say I'm the problem, got big dreams and nobody can stop them. Like my face, so nobody can rock them. Face your face, because you know we all got them. Plans, I've got them. Won't let them flop them. I'm on a stairway to heaven and I'm still screaming bun the system. That's the one.
And what's your favourite backstage story at the moment?
My favourite
backstage story. Do you have any little fun moments from performing?
I don't think so yet, you know.
Really?
I think it's been all quite not plain and simple. Actually, I'm lying. My favorite, and I can tell this story now. So remember Godiva Festival that we worked at?
Yep.
I got a AAA wristband, which means I could access all areas for the whole weekend.
I was so jealous.
By accident. So I literally got to meet like different celebrities in the VIP area.
Yeah.
But I have 2 teachers at my school, at my secondary school, who are in rudimental, and they were performing. So I literally ran to go and see them. But the one who was my head of year wasn't there, but the other guy was there. So that was cool. Just to be like, hi guys, remember me from school? I perform too now.
That must have been a nice moment.
It was.
Yeah. What about, who's your favourite person you've performed with so far?
So Credo.
Credo?
Yes, Credo Campetta.
Are they
Coventry?
I was gonna say, are they local?
Yeah, he is. If you don't know about Credo, just listen to him. He's one of those people whose voice, every time he sings, I cry. Yeah, he's amazing.
And we're gonna go off music a little bit.
Okay.
What's your favourite food?
Ooh.
Favourite food. I love food. My
Same.
aunt travels across the world. She listens to the radio as well. So hi, Georgie. She's my food aunt.
Hey, auntie.
And I call her my food aunt to my friends. She's been Jamaica. She cooked me, because she always cooks when she comes back. So,
yeah.
So does my uncle as well. He does a lot of the cooking. So Jamaican jerk chicken, plantain, rice. Honestly, one of my favourite meals ever.
You got me.
Mexican. I love Mexican food. They taught me how to cook that.
Yeah.
So what's
I don't
your
think I've really
food?
tried Mexican food.
You should.
So I have like my traditional, these are from my home countries, cook this for me and I'll be smiling. One of them is, it's not even really a food, it's more like a starter. It's called moi moi.
Okay.
Or olele. It's like I don't even know what to call that. They make it with fish and egg.
Okay.
That's all I really know about it. But it tastes very, very good.
Okay.
That's what I do know. And then in Sierra Leone, we have this thing called cassava leaves. So it's made with cassava leaves, but it's a really nice stew. And that's my favorite. Sometimes I just smell it, like just randomly on a random day, and I'll be like, I should call my grandma.
And what about from somewhere else? Your favourite food from somewhere else?
From somewhere else. So it used to be spaghetti bolognese, even though it's really like plain and simple. Spaghetti bolognese and garlic bread.
Everyone loves a good spag bog, and if you don't, I'm judging you a little bit.
Just a tiny bit. But my favorite meal from a different culture, it has to be, I don't know what it's actually called, but it's like this. It's like a fried rice or a pilau rice, but it's Asian. It's like a curry almost. It's got lentils in it, and like they put chicken and different stuff in there.
It could be a Singapore fried rice.
It could be.
Singapore fried rice is
so even though I'm a foodie, I just eat it. I don't know what it's called. I don't know nothing about it. So there's a space where I buy it in London, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
You know what? There's a place here that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
Which is called Yaki.
Yaki.
I don't know if you've ever been to Yaki.
I've never tried it.
Oh, it's amazing.
Let's do a food swap. So I'll go to Yaki, and my suggestion is simple, but falafel house.
Falafel house.
Yeah.
Okay. I will make it a mission to go there.
Yeah. Me and falafel.
I don't think I've ever had it before. So
really?
No. I will try it, I promise.
You should.
You should. The katsu curry at Yaki is amazing. But I always get the sweet chili one because I like a little bit of spice, but not too much.
I like pepper, so I'm probably gonna.
Yeah, they do a firecracker one, which is
that.
like, I had it the first time I ever went there, loved it, but my God, I couldn't handle it. My stomach couldn't handle it, and I love it so much, and I want it again, but it's not gonna happen.
I know what you mean. I'm a spicy girl food all the way.
Same. That's why I love Mexican so much as well. Mexican food hits that nice spice level.
Mexican food is something I'm gonna try.
You should. It's really good. My favorite: halloumi, rice, peppers, tortillas, salsa.
Sweet. Sounds good.
And give me a movie recommendation as well.
Of course, Lucy. So Lucy is my favorite film. I've seen it I don't know how many times, and she basically she meets this guy in the club, long story short, and he gets her involved in something she shouldn't be, and she ends up with this pack of CPH something in her belly, and they beat her up so bad that it explodes, and it gives her more control over her brain, essentially. So apparently as humans we only have control over like 10%, and she goes from 10% and she builds up and up and up until 100%, and it just shows what happens with the matter, and like being able to control different things, being able to hear radio waves. It's just amazing.
It sounds insane.
It is. It's kind of like sciencey, but that's what I like. So yeah,
I would give you a movie recommendation, but I'm not big on up-to-date movies.
Yes, that's not new at all.
I rewatch the same films over and over again.
Same, which is why I was like, Lucy, I can tell you about that film. Anything else other than like Disney films? Not sure.
Have you ever watched Dead Poets Society?
I haven't.
It is a book that I loved. It stars Robin Williams.
Yeah.
And it's about this Robin Williams is a new English teacher at a private boys boarding school, and the boys fall in love with poetry and Shakespeare.
Yeah.
But some of their parents aren't happy about it, and there's a huge conflict, and it is one of the most emotional things I've ever watched.
I want to watch that.
It's really, really good.
When
I have a box of tissues.
I will, because I cry in every single film.
So do I. Don't worry. I cry a lot.
When I did the short film, so I produced and directed a short film for City of Culture. And when I was getting some of the young boys involved in that to audition, one of their mums called me and she shouted at me and she was like, "My son is in education. He does not need to act." And I was like, okay, sorry about that. Yeah. It was just like this whole... That's when I realized not everyone's parents like supports the creative arts, which is why I want to teach people. So I teach people to start their own businesses, but the project is called Young Souls Creative Leadership, and it's mainly for creative people.
Yeah, tell us more about it.
So right now I'm working on a project called The Brand Is Me, and it goes through everything you need to know to run a business, but also to kind of build your gift and where you want to take it to. And so we speak about what you're going to call yourself, what's your name, what's your logo going to be, how are you going to register, what comes with that. We speak about how you're going to market yourself, what social media platforms and things like that. So yeah, I'm working on that at the moment.
Sounds great. It's basically what I do in my course. That's what my lecturers help me do as well.
Yeah. So, yeah. Essentially that. I'm just not an official teacher.
Official enough.
Yeah. I have this thing where, again, I'm very academically smart. My family, I come from a family of people. My mum is. My dad, he kind of is. But again, everyone else isn't that great when it comes to reading and writing, but they're so smart. And so I could always communicate with them. I used to do like boys' homework in my class, people that I liked and some other people as well. But because I knew that they weren't really good at it and that the way that they was taught wasn't their learning style. And so I learned how to communicate and teach them. And so that's why I started this, because there's nothing like that for them. There's like some YouTube videos and stuff that you can watch, but there's still no like succinct, think about this, think about this, think about this. And that's the thing that I like about my course as well. Sorry, I'm just promoting myself now.
You're fine.
But I don't tell you what to do. I just ask you the questions so you can figure out what you want to do. And I feel like that is the right way to cultivate learning, because then you allow people to make it what they want. School teaches us, you take this test, you get it wrong or right, and that's it. And that's not life.
No, it's especially for people who learn differently. Like, for instance, I've got ADHD. I learn completely different to my non-neurodivergent friends.
It's true.
And how they'll sit and do an exam, I can't sit there and do that. I go blank as soon as I get an exam paper. And I'm like, I have no clue what I'm meant to be doing now.
There's even like a lack of understanding of this stuff. So I was at my grandma's the other day, and there's a lady who lives close to us who I call Nanny, and she's from Jamaica, and she was like, she was trying to differentiate, because she's like, in Jamaica they don't know the difference between a dunce and a dyslexic person. And I laugh, but it's not really funny. A dunce is like it's just a cuss word. It's like calling someone stupid or an idiot, but they would literally call people with dyslexia a dunce and make them feel low within themselves, and it affects their self-esteem because they don't learn in a specific way. And I feel like that needs to be changed.
Yeah, I understand that as someone with dyslexia as well. I've got all my little purple backgrounds.
It makes sense. I've just got used to like sending email. Well, luckily the people I'm communicating with, if there's something like not spelt right or anything, we all just know each other, and it's like, I know what you're trying to say, so it's all right. But I feel like I used to be around people who were like, you didn't say that right. And I used to be like that as well. Like, oh, you can't do your there, and there. Then I'm like, but I know what there you're saying based on the context. So why do I have to... Why do I have to get everything right if I understand it? Yeah.
I get that. So what's going to be next for you?
Ooh, so this year I'm going harder than I've ever gone before, which
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, I've always done this without confidence but believing in myself. So it's like I believe enough to try, but then I didn't have the confidence to be like, I'm actually doing this. Now I have that. It's like, I'm actually going to go and do all the things I said I was going to do. So I have an event. I'm going to have a weekly event running in Camden, and it's called Embrace. And it actually started off in Coventry after City of Culture because I wanted to give people space to share their story and their truth. Again, music is a really cool tool. A lot of the young people who grow up in the environment I grew up in, they get into music and it's just like, what sells, or what does the industry want from me? And it's like, I want to know who you are.
Yeah.
And when I ask them that, like, there's some people that I speak to, when I ask them that, they come and show me the same surface level things that you can literally take those lyrics and put them on someone else and I wouldn't know the difference. But I want to know what makes that unique and personal to you. And so that's what Embrace is about. People come and perform, but they also tell us what the song is, where the inspiration came from, and what impact they want it to have on people. And
who they are as well.
Exactly that. So I'll be doing that. Obviously, I'm releasing music this year for the first time. I know. That is like the thing I've been waiting to do for the last couple of years. But I had to wait for the right time and the right people.
Yeah.
All of that stuff was very important for me to learn.
Good things take time.
Exactly that. And one thing I want to do in summer is like a picnic workshop event. So I just want to invite loads of women down. We're going to be making waist beads, and at the end we'll do like a photo shoot. So the waist bead that you make, just put it on and we'll take some pictures. And the conversation will be about finding confidence within.
Because you were saying about being very smart education-wise, but you're very emotionally smart as well. You're very emotionally connected.
I am quite, and it's because I grew around, again, my parents had me young, and we grow in a culture that doesn't really respect how young people feel, because it's all about just respect your elders.
Yeah.
How you feel is not important. If I say this is how it goes. And I understand that sometimes, but it's like you still need to give someone the space to say yes or no. And so I grew up kind of studying my parents' emotion, so that I could understand, okay, when should I approach them? When should I speak to them? Is now a good time to like randomly start dancing with my mum, or is she gonna shout at me like that? And so that taught me to understand myself as well, to understand what zone am I in? Should I be around people right now? Do I need some alone time? And things like that.
Yeah. Do you have, this is going to be the final bit, what else do you want to say today? Is there anything you want to share that you've been super excited about that you've not been able to share yet, that you want to let it all loose?
I feel like it was the event.
Yeah.
I'm really excited because every week I'm going to be singing. I'm going to be performing. And that's like my space that I'm inviting people down to. It's a networking event. So as much as it's a showcase, I want people who own businesses. I want people who are creative. I want people who just have ideas to come to this space and be like, hey, I'm this person. This is my idea. What do you do? We should do this together. And this is how we start to create opportunities amongst ourselves and not have to like rely on applying for funding or like there's so many opportunities in the world and they're not everyone always has access to them. Yes. And so Embrace is a way for us to create that access, and so that's what I'm really excited about.
Well, I'm glad we've ended on that note.
Yes, me too.
Quickly plug socials, go.
So, oh my gosh, which ones? I have
all of them, go.
Like 12 social media platforms, but we're gonna stick to my music ones. So it's EO LadyLara. If you're looking for me, I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram. That's the main ones for now. All of my social media platforms start with EO, so it might be EO LadyLara, EO Not Impersonal, which is my digital marketing brand, EO Cultured Waste, which is my waste bead brand, or EO UPG Ebony. Oh, actually, I do have a sneak peek for you. Ooh. So UPG Ebony is the creative brand. Obviously, LadyLara is the artist under that, but I also have a short series coming. It's called Why Can't You See? And it goes into the background of these 3 guys who are friends. One of them is kind of into illegal activity and the wrong stuff. The other 2, one is at college and one is at uni, or he works. And it's about how they get into like this weird robbery situation.
Okay.
But it happens twice. That's all I'm going to say for now.
I want more.
Basically, it happens twice, but there's 2... The point of Why Can't You See, because I don't want to ruin the plot. The point of Why Can't You See is to show like a situation playing out and then show it again and the points that you missed. So the points where you could have de-escalated it, or where you could have made it safe for that person to be vulnerable instead of judging them and making it worse. And it's really about how we deal with, I guess it's mainly guys, but there's girls as well, because I used to be one of them, but who have a lot of anger and who are in violent environments and feel like that's the only way to deal with things, and how we can start to change that conflict resolution. So that's that project.
Awesome. I cannot wait to see this. You'll have to let me know.
I will, definitely.
Okay, well that is going to be it for this week. Have you enjoyed today?
I have, honestly.
I'm
that
glad.
Game, Song Association, I might have to play regularly.
We'll have to get you back on at some point so you can perform live.
When I've released music, I'll be right back here.
You better be, because we'll miss you.
Definitely.
Okay, well, we will see you next time.
Thank you so much, guys.
Bye from me, bye from Katie.
And bye from Ebony or LadyLara.
Bye.
Bye.